I have been having fun with this artifacts draft environment lately. So I think let's hop into more of this. It's very interesting. It's not a cube because there are repeats of cards within the draft. It's much more like a custom set draft environment because you open up packs, there are cards at different rarities, and you're much more likely to see certain cards than others, I believe. There are quite a few cards that you can see multiples of. Joyra. With 2 ingenuity counters in Joyra, then you may put an artifact card of mana value X or less from your hand off the battlefield, where X is the number of ingenuity counters in Joyra. Commander Banger card. I did have a ton of success last time with Veil of Assimilation and Mandible Justiciar. I think that's what it's called. The 2-drop from the same set. But Jorah is so good. I think this is just the most popular, the most powerful card in this pack. So let's just go with Jorah, as much as I loved my white aggro deck that we also trophied with. Jorah. Chicken Jive says hello streamer. Hello viewer. Good to have you here. There's the Manimal Justiciar to go with the Veil. Sagers. Once artifact enters or is put into a graveyard from the battlefield, make a 1/1 colorless servo. Rally Heist has affinity for artifacts. It's a kind of like a, what is it? A dig through time for artifacts. Slightly worse than a dig through time, but still pretty good. Let's take a servo schematic as a pretty flexible card in here. Try to draft a little bit of a grindier deck. Sibling Rivalry is a threaten for artifact or creatures. Also comes with a Power Stone onto it. Iron Tread Crusher, 6/6 with Crew 3. Sarenth Steel Seeker, Razor Tide, Bridge. Seeing a ton for my colors in here right now. I think we'll take a Scrapwork Mutt. Filters through your deck. 2/1 for 2. Not bad stats. Has Unearth as well. Nice little 2-drop there. Green white open every format. I wish. I wish. Obliterating Bolt. Pretty solid. Iron Tread Crusher. Perilous Mirror. And we're looking to be Izzet here. I think Obliterating Bolt is just solid removal. Feels like you can't really go wrong with efficient removal in this format. Ismora, hello! Oh, I'm just Carol. Oh my god, it's Ismora. Bojack pointing. How's your turtle doing? What did you mean by that? Say more things. Moonstare prototype. The man answers. Moonstare prototype is just a good card. Nguyen, hello. You weren't the first chatter in here today. You're slipping, girl. Slipping. I'm kidding. I was in a work call. Nguyen with the Prime resub. Glad to have you in here. Thank you for the 2-month resub. Yeah, you got mind control by the second tweet, true. Ichor Wellspring draws. It's just a solid card. I think I'll go with the Wellspring. I do need some ways to like sacrifice artifacts to get some extra value with my servo schematic and Ichor Wellspring, but all right. Invigorating Hot. I think we go with the Juggernaut here. We are trying to do like a Joyra deck, but we're actually seeing quite a bit of green open. As much as, you know, I try to get away from it, we just see green cards. Okay. Another Scrapwork Mutt. Bone Splitter, Iron Tread Crusher. I think it's just another Mutt here. It's kind of hard to have too many of these. We're gonna want some like top end cards eventually, but These are just so solid. We could also take the land here, actually. We're looking to be Is It. I think these are also very good because they are... Ooh, ramps, huh? Joyer is actually ramp if you squint. This is artifact card. Alloy Mirror, Terrarian. Let's go with the Terrarian here. Alright, Goblin Tome Raider. Ornithopter Paradise. Mir and Bardiche Reality Heist. I like a Reality Heist here. Pretty light pickup. Let's do that. I'm gonna have quite a few artifacts, hopefully. So just having more card draw to refill is gonna be very nice. Take a Sibling Rivalry. Don't know if we want to be playing it. Yeah, we do got some jams. I updated my playlist and also updated the commands in my channel. So if you want the link to the playlist, you can just type in !playlist in chat. If you want to jam out to my cunty bangers. Good shit. Take a Crusher. This card's pretty decent also, but... Right? Back to, what have we got in here? Briar Bridge Tracker. Barbed Spike. Walking Skyscraper. Cogworker's Puzzle Knot. Barbed Batterfist. Shipwreck Sentry. We don't have too many, like, modified creatures. Probably just a Barbed Batterfist. It's a creature that Joyer can put onto the battlefield. 3-1 for 2, effectively. I think that's solid enough. Sticks around on the battlefield. Might be an argument for the land. If I was like a smarter drafter, I might take the land, honestly, there. Pirate Hats. Brute Suit. Fiery Intervention. The Washi Song Shaper. What's going on the bottom of the stream? I have a new sponsor, Champion City Games. Great little online single seller whom I know the founder of personally, one of the founders of personally. Great people, they have singles. You can go check them out and use my code if you want a discount. I get a low kickback, so if you want to support me and also buy cards, that's the way to do it. But no pressure. I'll still be here even if you don't buy singles. Another Barbed Batterfist, probably. Honestly, if I was reading the signals better, we would probably be in some kind of like blue-white pile, but I got a Joyer pack one, pick one, and I want to force her. I think it might be a Combat Thresher here over a Chrome Prowler or a Moonsnare Prototype. This card's so good for tempo, EBH. Yeah, let's go with the Prowler. Damn, but this card's slashy. We don't have too much top end. So I think I'll take that, actually. I think it's a much more fun card, also. Blade of Shared Souls. You can have it become a copy of another creature you control. Pretty sweet. Palladium Mirror. Not bad either. Cartographer's Companion. Blade of Shared Souls. What am we looking to do here? I think let's just take the blade. Cool little card. See if we can do something fun with it. Andre, thank you for the follow. I know that guy. Oh god, I gotta tighten up my play. There's a good player watching me. I'm sweaty. But I'm always watching you? Yeah, I said what I said. Is visibly nervous, get her? Yeah. Kill her! Kill her! Lobster Pod, thank you for the follow. It's a staunch crewmate or a stern lesson for me here. Yo, did we just hit a follower goal? Thank you, guys. Feels good, man. Wow, Voltage Surge. Yeah, that's a good way to stack my artifacts. You have the Wellspring and the Schematic here, and also a pretty decent removal spell, so we'll take that. Mods, ephemerate the streamer. My voice actually cracked there. Embarrassing. Mirror Sire, Scrapwork Cohort, or another Iron Tread Crusher. It's gonna be so embarrassing with a bunch of vehicles and no creatures to crew them with. Take a Sire. Mods. Kill the streamer. Wait, so how do you feel about your other viewer skills? 10 gift subs and I will do a my viewers skills in Magic tier list stream. Oh, Chrome Prowler Wheel. That's nice. A bargain? Yeah. Ooh, Shadow Spear's in here. That card is a banger. Patchwork Automaton. Damn, also a banger. Arcbound Whelp, also a banger. Jeez. This is a cool pack. I want like 3 of these cards. This is hard. How many creatures do I have right now? Like 6. A couple of my non-creatures also make creatures. I think I want an automaton. I want a creature that gets bigger. It also has protection. Arcbound Whelp would be a second choice, but we have a lot of artifacts. Unfortunately, non-bows with Joyra because Joyra does not cast artifacts. But it is just a way to get value. Board the Weatherlight, Scrapwork Mutt, Skull Bomb, Photographer's Companion. Do I want... I think I want a second Scrapwork Mutt over a first Skull Bomb. Yeah, pick 3 draft. I'm not paying to be demeaned. Really? Many of you would. Saying. Just putting that out there. I think Urza Power Stone Prodigy is pretty great for us here. Need a leather core set for that? Yeah. I should put one of those in my throne. I don't really advertise my throne anymore. I do have one. If you like dig deep enough, it's there. But it's just like kind of whatever. Don't need to get me gifts. Scrapwork Cohort. I think it's just another Voltage Surge here. Shock with upside. It's not quite shock. It doesn't go face, but shock with upside. Basically. Full Shock Spitter. Sokinzon. Smelter. Beginning of combat on your turn, you may pay 1 and sack an artifact if you do make a 3/1 construct with haste. That's actually really cool. Kind of want to do that. I wish I had like more little token things and more little things that made like maps or whatever. That would be nice with it. Captain Storm. Whenever an artifact you control enters, put a 1/1 counter on target pirate you control. That's kind of sick. Whenever you cast a spell other than your first spell each turn, put a 1/1 counter on this creature. Let's take the Izzet card. Gold cards typically have a higher power budget. Ripley Vance. That's kind of sick. Little pirate synergy in here. Or is not a pirate, but let's take Ripley Vance. Would be nice if we could get to work. We do have a lot of low drops, so it's a non-zero chance that we could make it work. Take it over a 3rd Barbed Batterfist. So we'll see if it makes it into the deck, but my guess is yes. No. Sky Swimmer Koi, Gear Seeker Serpent, or Arcbound Tracker. I think I want the Tracker. A lot of artifact creatures. Terrarian, Batterfist. Let's take a Terrarian. Sacks to the Smelter. Okay, I actually kind of like the way our deck is coming along. Take another Moonsnare prototype. Pretty sick. Very interesting deck. I wonder how this is gonna build up. I would love to do something a little bit tinkery with these like smelters and our little low drop artifacts with upside. Notably for something like Terrarian, you get to draw the card no matter how it's put into a graveyard from the battlefield. So if you sack it to the smelter, you also get to draw a card. So if you don't need the fixing, nice little thing to do. And it's just a 1-drop artifact, which is pretty good in this format. Yeah, Your throne is so funny. It's just magic singles and an SD card out of nowhere. The duality of woman. All right, let's build this ship pile. Karaoke stream when? No one asked me for that. No one wants to see that for me. Let's put, is it cards in here? I think Patrick Automaton is probably a bomb in here. I think we want these things that stack. Want the smelter. I think scrapwork mutts are just generally great. Tracker is great. Reality heist, we're probably gonna be able to do quite a few. Like we're probably gonna have quite a few artifacts at all times. It's gonna be good. That's good. Is Blade of Shared Souls good? Whenever this equipment becomes attached to a creature, for as long as this equipment remains attached to it, you may have that creature become a copy of another target creature you control. So what am I copying with it? I can copy a smelter, I can copy a chrome prowler, I can copy a scrapwork mutt, I can copy a Patrick Automaton. That's the best thing to copy by far. But for the most part, copying anything else is kind of a downgrade. If it copies a crewed vehicle, don't think it works the way you want it to with layers, right? Becomes a copy of like the Crusher, for instance. I think it would also go back to, I think it would go back to not being a creature at the end of turn and then would fall off. Yeah, layers. Exclamation mark layers. I think I want a brood suit. And then that's a lot of 1-drops. How am I winning the game? With great difficulty? With my Juggernaut? I kind of want the Combat Thresher, honestly. We have a lot of scaling threats, I guess. Well, a couple of them. Maybe we just run it like this. Don't win the game, just draw cards? Yeah. I sure as fuck love to accrue value. So Blade of Shared Souls could copy like a Juggernaut, which is like pretty mid. It cannot copy an Arcbound Tracker because it just becomes a 0/0 and fucking dies. Can't copy any of my legendaries, so the odds of Blade of Shared Souls copying something good is pretty bad. You also don't get ETB triggers with it. This is a trigger when it enters the battlefield. Simplode with the Prime sub. Thank you very much. First time. Welcome, welcome. Haven't seen someone willingly run a Juggernaut in 20 plus years. It's dire out here, girl. Absolutely dire. I'm thinking about these Batter Fists. They might be decent as more creatures. How many creatures do we have right now? 11? Plus, like, arguably 12? I think we run it. Subbing before following is, like, kind of a baller move. Mad respect, man. What a G. Okay. Valkyrie Intervention could go in. It's a bad removal spell, but it is a 5-drop. 16 artifacts. How can you unwillingly run a Juggernaut? Yeah. I sort of like how low our curve is. Oh, we obviously don't want this bad land. Luker, thank you for the follow. I know that guy. 881. Seems fine. Let's go for it. Run it. When I was like putting my arms up, I was thinking about saying something about like how I didn't put any deodorant on. But then I thought that like people might be weird about it if I like talked about like my armpits after showing my armpits. And now I'm realizing that I'm just like saying it anyways in like a much more, in a way that reflects much more oddly on me. We're on the draw. We have Scrapwork Mud. I'll keep. Yeah, don't be weird about how my armpits smell, guys. Stop trying to smell my arm through the screen. What are we talking about again? Know what I like? Ah, oh, glad to have you. Patrick Tomton, it's Jover. It's so Jover. It's never been more Jover. Ward 2. Absolutely Jover. If we Jorah this turn, I might just die. If we Scrapwork Mutt, we could, if they get this, if they manage to cast 2 artifacts next turn, I could kill it with the Mutt. If Jorah survives, it can put the Mutt onto the battlefield, but that requires me to untap with Jorah. So let's just cast the Mutt. We couldn't smell them? Sounds like you tried. How interesting. How interesting. All right, well, let's see what happens. Reckoner Bankbuster. Okay. Okay. Crew 3. I want to do it before they untap. If they have the crab, it's really bad for me. I think I want to do it just in case because it's so bad if they have the crab. I don't know if I don't think they were really holding priority there, but it's so bad for me if they had the crab. I don't know if that was correct, but I did it anyways. Emergency weld. Okay. Okay. Understood. Understood. Sure. Could escape it, unearth it. I like doing that. Ooh. Okay. We can put our own Patrick onto the battlefield, which I think is good. They get to untap first and cast artifacts, but... Okay. Reckoner Bankbuster is a very good card. Interesting. Feels like they have it. No? Sure. Okay, we have 5 mana to work with. We can cast everything. Wow, auto tapper trying its best to screw me. Cast Joyra, pass the turn. Earth Sign, thank you for the follow. Glad to have you here. Okay. Ear Seeker Serpent, that's bad. To find something for that. Voltage Surge. Let's do this now. Okay. They block. We can kill their Gear Seeker Serpent. I like doing that. If I'd cast the Terrarian, we would have been able to not sack an artifact. It doesn't really matter. Let's sack a Sire, get a 1/1. And then let's pass the turn. Hold up Joyra as a blocker. Arcanist Owl. Okay. When this creature enters, look at the top 4, reveal an artifact or enchantment. Sure. Happens. They have way more cards than me, which sucks. Really sucks that our Reality Heist only hit 1 bad artifact. Okay, drawing the last card off the Bank Buster. What a house for card advantage. Now they have something that crews it on its own. Okay. Oh my god. So Jover. Okay. An artifact on the battlefield, on their end step. Alright, servo schematic. Sack or Terrarian, draw a card, see what we get. Ooh, Chrome Prowler. Servo schematic. Pretty good. Get a 1/1. Alright, let's pass the turn. They're probably going to try to attack with their Bank Buster next turn. So after they crew it, we can tap it down. Blood Fountain. Yikes. Okay. We can't just straight up flash in, so let's just do that. Tap down the Bank Buster. You could have maybe tapped down the Owl and let them attack with the Bank Buster, but then they just probably don't attack with it. I don't know. This way I still take 3 damage though. Emergency Weld. Oh, busted. They're just winning through raw card advantage here. Look how many more cards they have, how many more creatures they have on board than me. That's rough. Sacking the clue, drawing a card. Okay. Understandable. No attacks is fascinating. Let's just do this, get more counters in case we draw, I don't know, a Juggernaut or something. But it's not looking good for us. We don't have many ways of refilling our hand, whereas they are all ways to refill their hand. Blood is even a great way to refill. Okay. Sokin's on Smelter is kind of great. Unfortunately, we just have this 5/6 standing in our way, which is deeply awkward. Let's just try to make a wide board. So we'll go to combat. In your combat, we will pay 1 and then sack our servo schematic. Creates 2 bodies, look at that value. And then no attacks because they can just eat things with our Gear Seeker Serpent. We want to like kind of alpha strike them if we can, but they have a similarly wide board, so it's going to be very difficult to get in here. Also need an answer for their Serpent because they are just going to have us on a 4-turn clock here. Or lower since we don't have flyers. Jeez. Urza. Alright, crew in their Bankbuster. Tax. Backing with... Oh, okay. Are they letting us block? 6 mana. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They need to crack their treasure to do it. Let's see if they do. I snap block. Okay, they did it. Yep. Do that, take 8. We have 5 blockers. Yeah, even if I don't block and take everything, I don't think there's any way for me to have lethal next turn, so might as well preserve my life total. Okay. Activate Jorah. Opponent's doing some thinking there, some pondering. Let me know if I can activate my ability. There's a Juggernaut. Backstage combat can't be blocked by walls. Hilarious. Okay. Let's go to combat. Sack our prototype. Make a 3/1. They've probably got us here. Let's just hope that our Juggernaut is good enough to get there. It's a surprise 5/3 on their end step. Okay, 5 blockers. Yeah, no point trying to get in this turn. They just eat. Pass the turn. Probably take a go down to 2 next turn. And then we either win or we lose off the basis of how they attack. Draw 2, make a treasure token. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Yeah. They have 3, 6, 9, 10 mana to do things with. Then Urza also makes everything cost one less, basically. Jeez. Gross. Got some things pre-combat. Shame on you. For shame. Okay, so if they attack, we need to chump block the automaton. Probably attack like this. Activate that. Down to 3 mana left. Okay. Ugh, they go up to 16. Rough. Really hope they just like say fuck it and do an attack all. Okay. They are smart here. Make it difficult for me to attack. I go down to 2. They have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Sorry. I think they just win here. I go down to 2. And then I have 7 or maybe 8 creatures, depending on what I draw next turn to attack with. If I draw a non-creature artifact, I can sack it to make a 3/1 haste. Don't think there's any combination here that wins for us. Is there something in this set that makes it so creatures can't be blocked this turn? There might be. There's a couple of combat tricks. There's at least one that like pumps your board, gives it like +2/+0, and draws a card if you have a modified creature, I think. Alright. Juggernaut, see what we can top deck. I don't think there's anything that we can top deck. Yeah. Got me. GG. 0-1. I think we probably just do need some Thaddeus, huh, for the late game? The only thing that we have... Like, we have some scaling threats, right? But none of these are really that big. Maybe a Combat Thresher. Is Captain Ripley Vance even good? 3 spells a turn is rough. Iron Tread Crusher is a big threat also. Well, it's a 6/6. I was scared that we wouldn't have enough creatures, but now I think that we have a good number of creatures. What do I want to bin here? Maybe some 1-drops? One of these, and then also go down on... Maybe 2 Moonstare prototypes? I don't know. Our curve is pretty low. Maybe we shouldn't be playing the Thresher. Brute is maybe mid. The 4/3 Vig for 3 crew 1. That's like an okay rate in the set, I think. Maybe the Thresher is bad since you can't cast it for its other costs and it's just a 3/3 and I don't have any ways of making it bigger. Like that. So basically we've traded in a Moonstare prototype for a Crusher. Try it like that. Right. Turn to probably Mutt. And looks pretty decent. I'll keep. Can't believe they made artifact land duels. Busted. Iron Apprentice. Okay. With that knowledge in mind, I will cast a Mirror Sire instead of a Scrapwork Mutt here. Okay. Yeah, I want an Arcbound Tracker here. Nice. No attacks. Ulvenwald Mysteries. Okay. Yeah, let's do this. Probably should have not played the land first. Yeah, let's do this. Get a 1/1 counter on our tracker. Tia Lolo, thank you for the follow. Get in for probably 4. If they block here, yeah. Then we get a 1/1, and we get to put a 1/1 counter on our Captain Storm. Next turn, I'm guessing it's a reality heist voltage surge angle. Okay. Sokinzon Smelter. Cool. I don't have mana for that. Okay, okay. What happens here? Shadeslayer, thank you for the follow. See what they do. I want them to make some blocks and then try to get them with Reality Heist Voltage Surge here. So we have double spell and kill something, plus optionally make an artifact enter by sacrificing the Mirror Sire to it. Let's do this. 2 artifact cards into our hand. Let's not sack our Sire. Let's do it like this. They can investigate, but now they have no counters, no power toughness on board. I do have 2 clues now and 4 mana, but very much lacking in on-board presence. Okay. Obsessive Skinner. This creature enters, put a 1/1 counter on target creature. Beginning of each opponent's upkeep. If you have Delirium, put a 1/1 counter on target creature. Okay. Okay, 5 mana this turn. I want the Crusher. I think I kind of don't. Ooh, that's nice. Ash, hello, how you doing? So they've got a chump here. Probably my Captain Storm and then trade off with the Mutt. It's so bad for them regardless. Don't think they're winning this game. All right, they go down to 3. Good luck, homie. Entering maintenance soon. Okay. Better than yesterday? I'm glad to hear. I hope things are looking brighter for you. I'm doing well. Thank you for asking. Saying good game. All right. Got him. Nice. Yeah, if we draw like the tempo half of our deck and the scaling half of our deck, winning games is pretty easy. Sick. Sick, sick, sick. I sort of wonder if the deck is better as like a more focused like tempo deck, right? In that scenario, probably having more low drops. So like having the Moon Snare prototype instead of the 6/6 vehicle would probably have been better. That's okay. This hand is a little bit slow. I would love like a 1-drop artifact in here, but we have 2 pieces of removal, a piece of disruption, a piece of recurring value, so I think we keep it. Play this in case we need to shock something. I don't know if there's much that I would shock on turn 1. Iron Apprentice, yeah, I'm not really inclined to shock that. That's the turn. Ooh, Joyride. Let's just slam a Joyride. It eats removal, I'm pretty happy. Glittering Bolt. Is that what's happening here? Are we in the mirror? Ah, Secrets of the Key. Okay, happy with that. Surgical Skull Bomb is no issue at all. So I play the Smelter. I guess I can't if I want to hold up the Voltage Surge. So I think let's just pass here, be able to put some counters on Joyra, and probably flash in our Chrome Prowler to get some damage in. If they really want to spend their whole turn bouncing Joyride, I'm like super happy with that. Okay. Grab battery's fine. Gimme. Okay. What are they doing? Okay. Flash in or Chrome Prowler, tap down their Iron Apprentice so they can't chump and make the Rabbit Battery bigger. Okay. Instant speed, Iron Tread Crusher is pretty nice. Let's go to combat. Swing. Then the question is, do I want to hold up the Surge or cast the Smelter this turn? They're kind of running out of cards in hand. None of these are that big, so I think let's just play the Smelter. And then on their end step, or when they try to interact with Joyra, we can smack down the Iron Tread Crusher. Pretty nice use. Cards with even CMCs line up really well with Joyra. Feels good, man. Enraged Giant. Okay. Ah. Okay. They're gonna be mad at me. Ha! They're just conceding to that. Really? I think that was a little early. I don't know what's in your hand, but I guess if they don't just have an answer for the 6/6, it's pretty bad for them. 2 and 1. Nice. Huh. Seems a little bit mid. But I kind of have faith. We have so much at 1 and 2 that we're likely to draw something to grow the storm. And even then, if we don't, having a Juggernaut on turn 4 isn't bad either, so let's keep. Brave Inspector turn 1. Not feeling good. Okay, here's a 3-drop. Mandible Justiciar, sure. Then we're just gonna pass the turn here. Hold up the Brutsu as a blocker. If they have the mask, it blocks the Justicia pretty well. And I think I'm okay trading. Sure. Let's do this. Pass the 6/6. Swinging for 4. So there's some kind of like Selesnya aggro? Recommission, okay. Sure. Sure. So we can attack for 5 here and also hold this up. I like it. Deal 5, they go down to 15. This having lifelink is super annoying. Okay. Sure. Sure. Make it a 7/6. Okay. You doing it? Brings them back up to 22. Wow, okay. Okay, they get a 1/1 counter here. Rough draw. Good trade there, okay. Explorer's Cache keeps on refilling itself. Arcbound prototype, okay. 3/3. Yikes. Pass the turn. Would love to draw some non-land cards, maybe some draw spells. That would be great. One time. Looks like they're drawing pretty poorly also. Okay. Cast an Urza. We don't hold these to discard, I think. They're at 7. Combat Thresher, hard casted. I see. I see. Voltage Surge is kind of nice. Let's do this. Draw a card. Discard. Doesn't feel good to... I would have loved to top deck an artifact. To discard or to like, yeah. I think we stay on the defensive for a little bit. Let's pass. I just want to kill the Combat Thresher. Yikes! Okay, we take 10 this turn. Sorry. Oh god, 13. Might be lethal. If they have anything. Okay. Go down to 1. Okay. Okay. This channel is for 4, 5. Ugh. So I'm technically not dead. I can block, chomp. So bad. Well, let's see what happens. Okay. They're kind of punting by doing so. They could put a 1/1 counter there. They still have a 3/2 flyer. Okay. Sure. It's mill 1. That's just lethal, right? Yeah, we're just dead. Well, let's see what we get here. Jorah. Yeah. I don't think opponent played very well, but they still got us. They had better cards than us. That lined up well against our cards. GG. 2 and 2? 2 and 2. We go gain. This hand looks great. Turn 2 Patrick Automaton. Turn 3 any number of options. We are on the draw. Opponent has taken at least 1 mulligan. Yeah, we did draw a bunch of lands. Unlucky, but it happens. Pass an automaton. Noel, hello. How you doing? Good to see you, buddy. Trail of Crumbs. BTB creative food. Okay. Some options here. Yeah, let's cast a Acre Wellspring. Hold it up for the Voltage Surge. Oh, that's sick also. And then we will pass the turn, see what happens. My body and mind decay. So true, bestie. Okay. They have the mana to pay the ward cost. It does take up their whole turn, though. Yeah, that's okay. Alright, 4 mana this turn. Kind of like casting both of these and holding my mutt until there's something that I don't like in my hand. Do it like this. Means we can't hold a Voltage Surge this turn, but that's fine. Oh, I think I should have maybe cast the Moon Snare and held up the Voltage Surge. It's a nice ramp. Yeah. Yeah, it's basically free to do with my board here. That was a misplay. Should have definitely cast this. Trail of Crumbs. What is this format? This is a new artifacts themed like draft set on Arena. It is not a cube, notably. Interestingly. Let's go to combats. Factor 2. They have no creatures. Whenever you sack a food, you may pay 1. If you do, look at the top 2, reveal a permanent card from among them and draw it, basically. Okay. Let's cast this. Discard a land. Okay. Play a mountain for turn and pass. Hope you win. Thank you. Means a lot. All right. Scream Puff. Sure. Hamlet Glutton. Okay. Six, 6. That's rough. All right. Kind of unfortunate. Okay, I have to 2-for-1 myself now. Much as it sucks. Played this. Not looking very good for us. They just have better and bigger creatures than I do. Auroch. Okay. Your Switch Stalker. 4/4. Trample when it ETBs. Make a food. Not drawing very well today. Let's see what we can get here off of our Terrarian. Stern Lesson's pretty decent. Get to draw 2, discard 1. Oh my god. Pass the turn. Only lands, baby. Ten lands out of 16, 17. That's rough. It's like within normal variance. I am being a little bit of a bitch here. That's okay. Landowner in this economy? Yeah. Crazy. I didn't know that I was a landlord. Derogatory. Look at all these lands. Savvy Hunter. Yeah. The food deck looks like fun when you get the pieces for it. Oh man, that's so much draw. You have 2 of these, you can pay 1 for each food that you sack. So it's a draw 2. Or draw 2. Draw 1 twice for 2 mana. Jesus. Okay, let's draw something. Chrome Prowler is a card. Uh-huh. I can flash this in again for 3, but then we just lose, right? Yes, I guess. Woodland Champion, okay. Holy. Flash this in, tap down their champion, trade with the Haunter. I don't know what outs we would have here. It would have required us to draw fewer lands, probably. Tough Cookie. Okay, that's a good card. They get a counter on the champion again. This Foods deck looks sweet. All Scavenger. Okay, okay. Oof. That's not bad. We can sack our Serval Schematic, get 2 bodies. Start of combat. I think we just lose though. They do have a lot of mana. They can make a bunch of 4/4s that I'm forced to chomp. Somehow every deck in this format looks sweet but our own. Many such cases. our honest synergistic decks. They're stupid Luxac bomby piles. This card's unironically a bomb. So good. Okay. Yeah, that's the right idea. So I have to chomp chomp. Or I can like trade like this. Seems pretty bad. I mean, we just lose, right? I'm at 4. We are able to produce a second creature. We have 3 creatures. Yeah, they just make any number of those into real boys and attack me. GG. Oh, GG. 2 and 3. Did you have fun in the match? I absolutely did not. Opponent had fun though. They had enough fun for both of us, so I'm happy with that. All right. Can't be too mad about it. 2 and 3. Deck was fine.